Hey folks, Shawn Plummer over at the Annuity Expert. In today's video, I'm going to answer the question, should I get a second opinion before choosing a joint survivor pension? The answer is yeah. I mean, you should get a second opinion for just about any annuity out there. The reason why I say that is, the Annuity Expert's an independent annuity brokerage. And we have the largest selection of annuity contracts in the United States. I think we're clocking in at over 1,500 different annuity products, okay? And what I can tell you, of those 1,500 plus annuity contracts, there are more garbage, pieces of crap annuity contracts than there are good ones. That's just the way it is, right? So you should definitely get a second opinion, because you could end up buying a lemon. And we get a lot of phone calls coming in from people who own annuities that were sold by whoever sold it to them. Lemon products, little to no upside. The income's not as high. They're losing money. It's just, what you want to do is you want to get a second opinion, especially with a joint survivor pension. Here's why. Okay. On a pension, you typically have a couple of different payout structures, right? You have a single life, you have a joint survivor, you have a life of period certain, joint and survivor period certain, cash refund, installment refund, all these different payout structures. But all of them are irrevocable annuity payments. And what that means to you, the legal term irrevocable, is what you need to hyper focus on. Irrevocable means once you start that monthly benefit, there's no turning back. Meaning you give up control over all of your money. It becomes the pension annuity's money, not your money. They're going to give you a monthly paycheck. So, and if you want to cancel it in the future, tough. I mean, tough cookies. You're stuck with it, right? And so what I typically always recommend is, it's called a stress test. So what I say is like, hey, if you've got a lump sum option with your pension, some pension companies offer either the monthly benefit, which is the joint survivor pension in this example, or you have a lump sum payout. And what I recommend is, if you like the lifetime income concept, roll over the lump sum pension over to an IRA annuity, take control of your retirement savings, add on a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit, okay? And then select a joint life payout. If you have the joint life payout on a GLWB does exactly the same thing as a joint survivor pension annuity, right? Pays a fixed income for the rest of your life and the rest of your spouse's life. So 2 lives for the price of 1, okay? The difference is, with the GLWB, if you decide in the future your house burns down, you can go and cancel the contract and get whatever's left in the account balance in a lump sum, right? You might pay a surrender charge, but you still have that access of your money, right? You're going to have the ability to earn interest to grow the account. You're going to have the ability to leave a lump sum death benefit if there's anything left after you and your spouse dies, right? You're going to have the ability to keep up with inflation if you choose an increasing income option. There's just all these different bells and whistles that you get to choose from, none of which you get with a joint and survivor pension annuity. It's a joint and survivor pension annuity is so one-dimensional. It's a one-trick pony. It gives you an income for the rest of your life and the income for the rest of you and your spouse's life. But here's the big kicker. With joint survivor pension annuities, if you compare it to a joint life payout on a GLWB, in not all scenarios, but a lot of scenarios, the GLWB payout is higher for 2 lifetimes than it is a joint survivor pension annuity. And then on top of that, with joint and survivor pension annuities, you either take 100% joint survivor payout, so the income's fixed for the rest of your life, and it remains fixed dollar amount for your surviving spouse's lifetime. There's 75% of the original payment. So you get a 25% reduction. There's 50% reduction in the payout for spouses. There's a 25%. So in the gotcha, the negative, the con is the less you leave for a payment, the higher the payout that you get. With a GLWB on the IRA annuity, you're going to get the same payout, right? So if you're getting $50,000 a year, when you die, your surviving spouse will continue to get that $50,000 a year, right? So you may end up in a situation where you get a lower payout than a GLWB, and your surviving spouse may get a lower payout than a GLWB. So why put yourself in a position where you get lower income, less control, a crappier death benefit, you don't earn interest, and then you just get this one-trick pony with a joint and survivor pension annuity. So yeah, you should get a second opinion. And you could get, here at the Annuity Expert, we give free second opinions. We use what's, like I said, a stress test. We compare apples to apples. Hey, how much income is the pension annuity going to give you? Can we get you more income? And our rule of thumb is if it's a similar or higher income than the joint survivor pension annuity, then you should roll it over to an IRA annuity with the lump sum payout and start the income immediately, right? If you're in a scenario where the joint survivor pension income is much higher than a GLWB, then go with the joint survivor pension, right? Just it's more income. It's common sense, right? So, but there's not going to be a lot of scenarios where that happens. So if you got questions about this, leave a comment below. I'll answer it in the next couple of days. And then you can always visit us at the Annuity Expert. Just Google us, we'll show up, and then we can give you a free stress test at no cost to you. And then if you want to just run quotes anonymously, man, we've got a calculator here. You don't have to put in this calculator only does single life payouts, right? It doesn't do joint life payouts. So you're going to need to request a free comparison. But there's no cost, no obligation, and no pressure from us. We just want to make sure that you're getting all the intel possible so that you can make a confident decision, right? So we'll get that to you same day, and you'll have, at least at the end of the day, you'll know, apples to apples comparison, whether it's a good fit or not. So got any questions, leave a comment, like, subscribe, catch you on the next video. See ya.